let's do something a little different, shall we? Okay, I'll be honest, I'm getting sick and tired of doing film reviews. I'm sick and tired of having to dedicate at least a whole day of my weekend to having to go out of my way to do them. Plus, the releases that are coming out at the moment are things that have been out for a long time. What the hell am I doing with my hand? I don't know, it's far too camp for this video. Actually, considering what's coming up, it's probably not. Anyway, here are some film recommendations that you should watch, which you probably haven't, and these are, for the most part anyway, not classics. They're not, well, I wouldn't say they're not classics, some of them. They're not the kind of films which you just expect to see on a list like this. These are not Citizen Kanes. These are not Maltese Falcons. These, for the most part, are different films which do one thing very well with each of them, for the most part. They're also pretty good examples of what you should do if you're going to do things like this. Let's start off with the Bling Ring, Sofia Coppola's generally pretty bloody good film about a group of real people who lived in LA and Hollywood and basically stole from celebrities and basically broke into their homes and did shit. And the beautiful thing about this film is you like nobody in it. I mean, literally, you dislike everyone in it. Even the victims you can't stand because they're rich celebrities and you don't really give two tosses if they get a little bit of shit nicked. These people are so unpleasantly arrogant, it's not even funny, and yet you keep watching because you're curious and it keeps you engaged throughout the whole thing, despite the fact that every single one of the people on this front cover are pricks, including Emma Watson's character, whose name I cannot remember for the life of me. It's incredibly great for that. It's wonderfully directed. Sofia Coppola does a great job. It's really good standalone film, which does that thing really well of having really, really awful characters. I'm sitting on a bed, so that's why the camera's a bit jiggling. Moving on to a more predictable film for this kind of list is Bicycle Thieves, which is a French film from the... is there a year here? I cannot remember the year. It's a pretty old French film from the early part of the century. It's in black and white, so you can probably guess how old it is. There's a hunch. What it does really well is it tells a single story wonderfully. It so focuses so deeply and powerfully on the individual and on the individual story, and it's such a simple story. It's a guy whose livelihood and his life depends on his bike. He lives in France, and his bike gets stolen. He does everything he's supposed to. He's a good person. He's never done a thing wrong in his life, and he does everything he's supposed to when that happens. He contacts the police. He puts up flyers and leaflets and everything, and nothing happens, and they can't do anything. And the film ends beautifully. The film ends with him stealing a bike because he needs it for his livelihood. He needs it for his job, and he immediately gets caught and arrested for it. And it's such a powerfully sad ending. It's so potent, it's so wonderful, and if you don't see it coming, because it's just so real and human, and it's wonderful. It is a wonderful film. Its next film is a classic from the early 2000s. It stars Mark Wahlberg and Charlize Theron in a fun crime thriller, The Italian Job. It is super... Oh no, this is shit. This is pure and unadulterated shite. This is one of the worst reboots, remakes, whatever, of a film you will ever see. It misses the point of the film completely, and it just throws everything that was good about the original bin. The original, of course, being The Italian Job, starring Michael Caine, Noel Coward, and it is superb. It is wonderful. It is fun. It is a very fun. It is the definition of a caper film, which is a British invention. I think we invented it. Basically, imagine a thriller. Imagine like a crime thriller, but everything is a joke. everything is a farce. Everything is ridiculously fun. Everything. There are no stakes. It's just fun. It's just a fun crime thriller where there are stakes, but the stakes are played for laughs. Basically, the premise of the film is, let's cause a traffic jam and nick something out of a van. And it's perfect. It's a perfect self-contained film. And if you're American and watching this, you probably don't recognize this film at all. You probably don't even know that there was an original Italian joke. And that's because the advertising for the film was completely tone deaf to what the film actually is in America. In America, the advertising was terrible. In the UK, the advertising was pretty bloody good. It was spot on to what it was because the British audiences knew what they were getting into. With the American audiences, they kind of figured they needed to change the selling of it, and it failed miserably because it was completely different to what was being advertised, and nobody got it. But it's so funny. It is so ridiculously funny. It's such a fun, great film. Changing track almost completely. This one isn't a joke. I genuinely mean this. I'm not joking. I'm actually not joking here. Yeah, Katy Perry's part of it. This is sort of a semi-documentary about her time on the road. And this is actually a perfect example of what happens if you have a film, a documentary, which is meant to be total fluff and promotion, and some genuinely real shit happens during it. Because while they were making this film, Katy Perry's relationship with Russell Brand was hitting the rocks. Things were going wrong, and instead of thinking, oh, we better shy away from this, it's a big part of this film. It's a massive part of this film. It's a genuinely huge part of this film, what happened with their relationship, and it's really well told. But yeah, it's still a pretty big fluff piece, but it's still massive. It's still really, really well done. And also the cinematography in this is, again, really good. It's probably because it features footage from her stage shows, and it's one of the best stage films I've ever seen, because it just so wonderfully encapsulates what was so incredible about her stage shows. It's really engaging, it's really solidly made, it's wonderfully shot, it's wonderfully edited, and yeah, it's actually pretty good. You can learn a fair few things from this film, which is not something I would have expected to see before watching it, but yeah. Genuinely do actually recommend this if you're interested in filmmaking in any sense of the word. That's the whole thing about wanting to be interested in film. Watch a lot of different films. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have any disagreements or agreements or other things you'd like to mention about films, stick them in the comments down there. Just above the comments you'll also find the like and subscribe buttons. Click the like button to help me out, and if you like this video. And if you want to see some more stuff from me, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully at some point in the foreseeable future I'll have some more stuff ready to go. Thanks again for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.